right, awesome. Now we're sitting down with Claire and Terry from Lloyds Banking Group. How's it going, guys?
It's going very well.
How have you found Money20 so far?
Yeah, no, I've enjoyed it. I enjoyed hanging out last night, catching up with a few people. I was in the AI deep dive this morning as well, which is fascinating.
How was it?
Really interesting. Quite deep dive.
Wow,
So
that's
there
good.
was a lot of talk about algorithms. My favourite phrase so far is that we are not spectators, we are future actors.
Wow.
It's the idea of the human doesn't disappear, right? You're augmenting the individuals, you're enhancing
I'm
them.
going to use that.
I think I saw on Twitter somebody say every algorithm has parents, which I quite like. Like that's like we need stickers made of that.
Somebody's beat you to it. One of the Feeds Eye guys had a T-shirt.
Really, damn it.
That's a really good phrase.
Yeah, sounds good. But what are you looking forward to in terms of the event? Like Steve Wozniak's got to be quite a good one to watch as well.
I'm really looking after Antonio Banderas.
That's it, yeah. No, not for content-related things at all, Claire? No?
Actually, biometric and security and identity seems a good topic.
Fine, all right. Well, let me know if you ID him properly then. But last time I saw you, Claire, literally you came into our office, it was, I think, like maybe 9 months ago with your little baby boy. Like he was a little baby boy at that point. Like life is changing quite quickly, huh?
Yeah, to be honest, it feels like yesterday. You know, like one of my most hated questions was, are you back full time? I was like, yeah, I am. I didn't change. I'm the same person. I still enjoy it. I still like it.
Wow. Kids definitely changed me. Like a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, I'm a different human being now. Mainly like the dark circles under my eyes, but you guys look amazing.
Great.
So yeah, you do.
I just enjoy being really childish. It's a great excuse to be childish, right?
It is, yeah, for sure. So what's going on in Lloyds then? What are you guys up to? I see lots of, obviously, I've always got a soft spot for Lloyds Banking Group, having worked there, I think just before both of you guys actually, but transformation looks like it's going really well. You guys are delivering day in, day out really in terms of functional stuff that I'm seeing coming through. It looks like it's going well.
I think, back in September, October last year, we obviously merged digital IT and change under group transformation under Zach. And it's been a journey, and I'm sure, Terry can echo that, but it's been a journey. So we nominated around 15 product owners and mobilized some of our core programs, such as AI and machine intelligence, which Terry is working on, but also transforming our operating model and our ways of working to match more closely the FinTech that, we work closely with as well. And I will say that from a cultural point of view, there is a lot of challenges that have arisen, from how do we deal with leadership, what are the key principles that we want. We already had a great DNA in digital before around being customer-centric, making each other successful, but how do you do that at scale, when we are 20,000 now in the division? And so I think what's been very interesting as well for me is I worked, in the world of enterprise for Jill Wiley. And we're really getting into the skin of how do you transform enterprise, how do you transform the bank work, how do you transform your core banking. And I took this job in risk obviously about 6 months ago, and for me it was really an eye-opener, around some of the complexity that go with our product landscape, some of the way, we are here obviously to protect the customer, but how do we adapt in the new world of digital? How do we become more data integrated? How do we make decisions real time, when it comes to our credit decisioning engine? How do we make regulatory change more efficient? And we tend to say we do strategic in regulatory, but actually I think you come to a point where you say, okay, I want to meet my MVP, I want to be more transparent in my investment, which is really what we've achieved on Q1, reshuffling the way we were doing investment, being much more transparent around what are the outcomes and business value, and we implemented some of the tools you'll find more in startup like OKRs, objective key reviews. I think that was a huge success. Again, going back to challenges, I think culturally, how do you manage execution risk when you become agile and change, are all the points we're still working through.
It's great. It's actually really, it's my 4th year now at Lloyds. It's actually a really exciting place to be for all the reasons Claire's talked about. And I'm a product guy, and it's really nice to know that we're putting a lot of focus on product management, product ownership, being a product software company, right? So it's a really exciting place to be. All the AI, the machine learning, there's a whole bunch of us building software products, and that's just a fun thing to do in a bank. So
I think so many times the fundamentals of how you're structured are not done well in big organizations, but it's great to hear that you guys are kind of making those strengths. Like we use OKRs and we're a 100-person organization, and if you're using it in a 20,000 person department, then like those things scale properly, don't they? So, but I think if you can emulate as much as possible things that are done well in startups and like say real product focus, it's great to see product managers who are product managers as well. Because I don't know about you guys, but the amount of people I've talked to who do products, who are project managers, who just want to make decisions. So yeah, it's great to see that change. So did you pick up any tips on the AI one then, Terry? Is there like going to be some?
One for Claire actually. So there's a whole bunch of stuff around. So there's one quote about it costs about $8 billion a year to handle compliance, right? And when you think that you can automate a lot of that stuff, you can rip out the bits where you have to take action versus the bits where actually they just need to know. 8 billion.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that, so for every billion that a bank spends, it's usually something like 70% of it goes on regulatory adherence. I refer to it as like the Red Queen's race, like you're running as fast as you can to stay in the same place type of, and it's just not a nice place to be.
But it's some funny math, it's some funny maths though, right?
Yeah.
70% goes to compliance and then the other 70% goes to keeping the lights on and the legacy system going. I know that doesn't add up, but
yeah, there's something wrong with it.
Yeah.
I think you have two interesting points here because as part of the mobilization, obviously, another key area for us is engineering transformation, and we've merged our change and run budget under the product owner, and we're really looking at the optimization, and the people that change the system are also the people that maintain the system. So don't take me wrongly, it's a journey. I'm not suggesting we're at day one of the journey, and our strategy is a 3-year plan. But I think that's the start of the conversation. I think on the other part around compliance and the deep transformation of the enterprise. We just mobilized. We had started the customer journey program around 6 years ago, and started to think end to end about our processes, having a system where we can really embed frontline model office as part of the change. I think this was a big one. But really in this part, what we've done is we've mobilized people, risk, finance, everything that go from capital, liquidity as part of the transformation. And it's unbelievable the number of changes you can make that really make it whereas the digitalization make it simpler, easier, better, like we've done in customer journey before. Now, it's also a very challenging transformation because you're in an area where it's heavily regulated. People ask a lot of, questions. You had history around people, checking some time in place. And I think, there is generally a good moment to say, okay, we've built organically like that. It's a good moment to reassess, but it takes culture transformation to bed in, as well as data transformation. How do you really deliver the strategic enablers and all our data story, which is the world of Terry, but ultimately underpin my world, in the day-to-day.
Cool. Well, it's great to chat with you guys. I know we've threatened to come and do a takeover with you guys at some point, so we'll have to make that happen over the next couple of years.
The next one, we're all going to bring our kids.
Yeah, let's do that.
And explain banking to them. That'd be fun.
That's what we need to do.
Awesome. Well, on that note, thanks very much.
Thanks, guys.
We'd need a bigger couch.
We would. It'd be fun though. It would be fun.
We need a much bigger couch.